Welcome everyone to Inside Alli Sports. Big air, park, street, or vert, whatever your favorite type of skateboarding is, X Games has it. This year's X Games in Los Angeles brought out the young guns to do battle with the old guard, and in the process, up the progression. Paul Zitzer gives us his take. But first, we have a very special in-studio guest, winner of this year's X Games skateboard vert, the always technical and always tenacious Pierre-Luc Gagnon. I'm Pat Parnell, and today we take you inside skate. PLG, welcome and congrats.
Thank you.
Can we see the hardware?
This is, got it right here.
Okay, if I'm counting right, is this 8?
Yep.
Or
Yes,
actually,
it is, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how many medals all in total?
18.
18 medals at X Games.
Yep.
Okay, let's get right into it then. How would you, compare and contrast this win compared to others?
You know, there was like a lot of pressure for this one because Sean wasn't there, so I almost felt like people were like, oh, it's going to be a walk in the park for you, but it's never a walk in the park.
It didn't seem like a walk in the
no,
park.
Bucky skated really, really well.
Yeah.
You know, I was really impressed with his skating, and he definitely gave me a run for my money. You know, it's a lot of pressure. It's like, oh, I'm kind of rusty, haven't competed in a while. I'm skating at home every day, but it's never the same until you're on that main stage. You know?
PLG, all he knows. Oh, kickflip. Is it 505?
Is the pressure something you like? Is it something that you need to skate
I mean,
at your
it's always a
best?
challenge, you know, and it's kind of like a love-hate relationship. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like before the event, you're like, oh my God, I'm so sick of dealing with this pressure and stress and all that. But then, like once you're done with it, that's the best feeling ever.
Maybe safe to say if there wasn't that kind of pressure, then it would be kind of a sad statement of where skateboarding is. So with that pressure means it's maybe it's testament to how big the event and how big skateboarding is.
For sure. You know, I mean that's what I live for. You know, I like challenging myself, and you know, it's always like having a challenge in front of me, and I don't know what I'd be doing if it wasn't for that.
But you mentioned you know, X Games sans Sean White.
Yeah.
Without Sean there, how is it different? I mean, because it seems like he definitely attracts a certain type of attention. But
you know, I feel like our rivalry definitely creates like a big buzz around the skate event, and it was it was a bit of a bummer not having him in the contest this year. But it's pretty funny because I went and skated his ramp a few times, and then I ended up having a pretty good session. All of a sudden, he wasn't like returning my calls for like 6 months. I'm like, what's going on here?
he went MIA, right?
Yeah. But it's all good. You know, I got my own private ramp too, so we got a ramp with Monster Energy drink, and I skate Tony's ramp a lot, and I think Sean's gonna ramp build. So that's what skateboarding's all about. Like everyone's doing their own thing, and everyone's trying to be unique.
Yeah, it's one of these weird things about skateboarding is that you want to root for your friends. Do you get?
I mean, I skate with those guys every day. You know, so it's like a friendly rivalry. It's not. In skateboarding, it's not like football where you're trying to take the other guy out. You know, it's about like doing your own thing, and pulling a good run. And no matter what the results, what the judges give you, you know, if you're skating well, you should be happy with yourself.
I want to win too. 540. Oh, back to revert.
It's obvious you couldn't phone it in, which gets us to the tie. When you got word of like, wait a second, we're tied. Bucky and I, how did that resonate? How did that feel when you heard that things were tied up?
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. Like he pulled his run, I was like, oh my God. And then I pulled my run. I thought I had it. And then Neil's like, you guys are tied, but you're winning the tiebreaker. And I was like, oh, all right. I was like, I got to stick one more run to, you know, get above that. But I ended up falling, and then it came down to Bucky's last run. Right. And he fell, so I was pretty happy about that.
Right. Happy in a good way. He's your friend, but like you said,
for
it's
sure.
nice
You know,
it's nice to get the gold.
Yeah.
But if you can remember, I know it's what, 2 days, 48 hours ago, you were dropping in that winning run. Take us through every wall. If you, I mean,
every wall.
Every wall. Yeah.
All right. So I rolled into a backside 5. You know, right off the bat, you just want to try to go big. I went into right into alley kickflip mute, kickflip melon on the other wall in the corner, and then kickflip body barrel 5. Landed with my board backwards, so I had to switch it back. So I did another body barrel 5 on the next wall, set up wall in the air to fakie, into a 7, to a McTwist, kickflip mute fakie, and then I'm landing with my feet switch. You know, so on the kickflip fakie, on the way in, like I position my front foot on the nose so I can do the switch heel flip frontside.
It seems super wide, but yet was that?
So I take off, you know, with my feet in the kickflip position, and when I grab it, and then I position my feet, switch, you know, with my left foot on the nose and back foot, and kind of like sticking out a little bit so I can do the switch heel flip frontside air 360 on the next wall. So then I do that, switch heel flip frontside air, nollie heel flip, big spin.
Nollie. Heel, varial, Indy. Did not see that one yet.
Was there one trick in that run that was giving you problems, or you knew if you could get past that point? It seems like there's always...
body barrel 5 definitely gave me a hard time. Usually I'm pretty consistent on that trick, but I don't know, it kept like, I fell on it in my last 2 runs. I was pretty bummed about that, and that's why I was kind of nervous, because, you know, I was like, oh my God, Bucky's gonna just like do like a safe run and beat the tiebreaker, but I ended up falling right at the end.
Like the nollie heel flip varial, were there certain tricks you knew that you had to land to even challenge him?
Definitely that kickflip body barrel 5, 720. I was trying to do that grapefruit grind, but the coping was really sticky on that ramp, so it kind of gave me a hard time. You know, I did it in the prelims, but I don't know, it gets harder and harder every year. Now you got kids like Tom SCHAAR doing 9s in their run.
Okay.
It's like, no joke.
You segued perfectly into like this new generation when you have 11, 12-year-olds in big air. Bob had to fight tooth and nail to keep these basically mini groms. Is there an age where it's too young for the X Games, or is it all bets are off? If you can skate at that level, you're welcome.
I mean, to be honest, I feel like Mitchie and Tom were really ready for the contest. Some of the other kids weren't quite ready yet, you know, but it's good to have a new generation, you know. Like, I remember a few years back, we were like, what's going to happen to vert skating after us? Once we're done, like, it's just going to phase out and die. Now there's like a whole new generation coming up, so that's great for vert skating. And all these kids are keeping me on my toes, you know, like they push me to skate better and not get lazy, that's for sure.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah. Last question, of all the battles that have gone down, I tried to get you to kind of categorize. I know there's been so many, but would it fair to say that this last X Games that you just won, one of the best in terms of like getting down to the wire between you and another skater?
You know, yeah, we kept it exciting for the crowd, you know. I feel like we did a good job with that, and you know, I fell on purpose in that last run just to keep it. I'm just kidding.
All right, PLG, we wish you luck on all the upcoming competitions, and congrats on the gold. Let me get a hold of that one more time. There you go, PLG. Yeah, 2012 X Games vert, skateboard vert gold medalist. Well done. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right. Vert was just one of the many skateboard events going down at this year's X Games. Fortunately for us, Paul Zitzer checked it all out.
Never imagined there'd come a day where I thought there was too much skateboarding on TV. But here we are. So yeah, X Games is now another chapter in skateboarding's journey from misfit lifestyle choice to solid career path being pitched to the masses. That being said, I've got a lot of ground to cover, so let's get to it. First up, rally car. Just kidding. First up, big air, which everyone, including me, calls mega ramp. It could have been billed as Bob versus the Spin Babies. There were, what was that statistic? 16 kids under the age of 6? 6 under the age of 16? Okay, still pretty crazy. In years past, it seemed like Mega was turning into a high 540 contest. Now it's turning into a high 900 contest, and whatever Bob's trying. Definitely glad to see him roll away from the 720 to fakie for the money. I mean the medal, the gold medal, you know. Next up, vert. The biggest story going in was the Shaun White boycott, or no-show. Prior engagement? You haters were probably glad. Either way, the contest was top-notch. Pierre, Bucky, and Andy Mack, with their 1, 2, and 3 finish, provided us the valuable lesson that, just like on Mega, 900s aren't everything. Let's take it down to park, shall we? Park course? Whatever. 2 things. The bowl looked fun, and Ben Hatchell got ripped off. At least it looked that way on TV. Now don't get me wrong, I love Pedro Barros, and he killed it, but it sounded to me like even Birdman was leaning toward Hatchell.
That is, wow, frontside flip, frontside air, best run by far.
Pedro went faster and bigger, but Hatchell had more entertaining runs and harder tricks, and that should count for something, shouldn't it? And over at Street, Lil Wayne informed us that he skated with every person in the contest, including his boy P-Rod, who won by doing a perfect run. Sheckler had a better line, but his tricks were easier, I guess. Finally, there was some other stuff that I missed. Sorry, I'm still a huge Steamer fan though. In closing, I should probably give it up to Sal Masekela for doing 3 full days of live TV. I came to realize that he's a lot better at this stuff than I am.
Thank you, Paul Zitzer, and special thanks to in-studio guest Pierre-Luc Gagnon. For Inside Alli Sports, I'm Pat Parnell. We'll see you next time.